excited to be with so many fearless women here together because I want to share with you that when I saw the invitation of One Woman Fearless Summit, I saw it in the Facebook, and I read this beautiful message that said, One Woman Fearless Summit invites women from all around the world that are letting go of their fears to create the world of their dreams. And I am here today. It's my first speech in English. I am Mexican. I was a little nervous, I have to confess, but at the same time I am excited because that's a fearless act in my life. And especially because I am going to share with you a topic that is a real passion for me, because I consider that love and sensuality are like an art. If you think for a minute, any art, dance, theater, literature, sculpture, needs three things to be like an art in an artist. You need three qualities as an artist. You need a talent, you need a technique or knowledgement about your art, and you need time and dedication for that art so that you can become a virtuoso or an expert of that art. Nowadays, I face in my profession that I am specialized on sexuality and coupled relationships therapies. I am also a tango dancer. I love tango. I love to dance. I love to move my body in a sensual way. We will do an exercise at the end, by the way, because I want to see how the Canadian women move. You know, because the Latin women, we have different codes about sensuality. I was living here just to give a frame of my topic. Last year on Montreal, I lived the winter, and oh my God! And I understood why Canadians are so different in the in the body language, you know? Because when you have so much clothes, you have to be like, you know, like, oh, because I'm going to go out, so I have to be careful, you know, because otherwise I will get sick with this -30. So it's like funny, but you know what? I understood for the first time in my life that the weather is something that really affects our sensual attitude. But I want to be very clear on this. Sensuality, it's not the stereotype of the women that are very sexy and that move very sexy. No, sensuality is an art because it has different levels of seduction. Sensuality is an art because if we really want to be sensual women, we should understand different codes, different languages. Because if we believe that sensuality is only based on our physical, we will not be sensual. So, after more than 15 years of experience in my field, after different personal experiences as a woman, in different love stories, and after I did very deep research with different authors, with different visions about what is the meaning, the deep meaning of sensuality, I decided, well, I was inspired to create what I name the menu of love and pleasure. and it's my pleasure to share it with you. Here it is, the menu of love and pleasure, and the question is how to enjoy an erotic life in different levels with your partner or without a partner. Okay? Why? Because sensuality has to be lived first with ourselves. We have to fall in love with ourselves first. For example, a little exercise that I recommend always to all my patients, women patients, and men, is that we give 5 minutes of our time daily to see our body totally naked in front of a mirror. And that we have a real reconciliation with our body, and we say tender words to us, and that we accept us as we are. Sometimes a little more fat, sometimes thinner, but that doesn't matter. A very important secret to be sensual is that you like yourself, that you love yourself. So my menu begins with this thought. We can have sensuality with a partner or with ourselves. It's not a rule to have a partner, because we have autoeroticism in our lives also. But the question is, are we having a fast food love and sexual life? Or are we enjoying a slow cook? It's a funny comparison, but if you think, it has a very deep message. Because when we eat daily a fast food, we are not nourishing ourselves. If we are not paying attention to our sensuality, or in the case that we have a partner, the way we make love with our partner, the time we invest in that, in our relationships, and we just have sex, quick sex, and automatical sex, we forget to enjoy deeply. But we have to understand that we need, if we really want to have a very deep and pleasurable life, we need to understand that seduction, connection, and communication between two persons or with ourselves has this menu of 7 courses. I decided to create this menu. You know why? Because I think that if we are capable to express in a casual way deep concepts, it's much more easy to assimilate. So, the menu of love and pleasure consists, in my proposal, first course, the appetizers. The appetizers talks about our sensory connection. 5 senses. We have 5 senses as human beings, right? So the questions for this course, for you, with all my love, is: do you daily dedicate time to select what you listen at, the music that you listen at? When you are at your home, you just turn off on the TV, or you arrive and you select the music, exactly music that you want to listen? When you begin your day and you prepare your coffee, do you do it just like, or do you really select, you smell the coffee? Because these are little sensual exercise that changes totally our life and our sensual projection. About the smell, do you select the perfume that you really love, that you really adore, depending on the occasion? Do you select your image, the way you look, the way you project yourself, the colors that you want to use, depending on the occasion, or in the partner, or in the lover? I mean, these 5 senses, if you daily have a contact with them and really select in a very conscious way how you want to enjoy your 5 senses, your life will change definitely. And with a partner, if we are talking about an erotic meeting with him or with her, depending on your preference, of course, we have to take care about this. Because it's not the same to make love, taking care about the light, about what you are going to eat, how you are going to touch him or touch yourself, what are you going to smell, what music are you going to select. The second course speaks about the soups. The soups, the temperature of the soups are hot. Not hot in that way. I mean hot because our emotional world is hot. Our emotions are hot. I mean, if you're angry, don't you feel like hot here or like, no? You're very angry? The emotions are like the soups. So it's super important that we pay attention daily in our seduction, auto-seduction, and in the seduction with our partner. How are we feeling? Am I sad today? I am feeling a little angry. I went to jail. I want to go and run. I want to do exercise. I need a therapy because I hate this person or whatever. But to listen to our emotional world, it's also part of the seduction. And if you are with your partner, if you take care of his feelings, it's also very seductive. I'm sure many of you here maybe having sex, for example, but after having sex, you are feeling, I don't know, maybe sad because something happened, and your partner is not able emotionally, it blocks the energy. So it's part of the seduction to be emotional. The third course, it's the salads. The salads is the opposite of temperature of the emotions, because the ideas, the intellectual world is objective. It's cold, it's logical. It's another language. But it's very aphrodisiac that if you meet someone or with yourself and you can speak about different topics and you give feedback to an idea, it's also very seductive and gives another level of connection between two persons. There's a phrase that I like that says, "Tell me how you think, and I will tell you how much you excite me." Because the ideas are also super aphrodisiac. If we take care about that, instead of being slaves of the iPhones, because nowadays technology is a problem in the couple relationship, because we are isolated, no, in our island, and that's not seductive at all. If you're planning to have a real good relationship as an erotical meeting with someone, please leave your iPhone down the bed or whatever, in the closet, please. The main course, in my proposal, of course, it's a sexual connection. The questions for this course is, do we know the basic different postures of the Kama Sutra, for example? Do we know the different orgasms that a man can feel when we stimulate him? Do we know the different kind of orgasms that we as women can feel? The different erotical points, for example, the G point? Do we permit ourselves to have more knowledgement about I decided to be fearless. That's why I am talking about all of this, you know? You have to give me an applause, please. No, but I mean, in English it's not the same to talk about this, you know? It's not that hot. No, it's hot. But I mean, in the sexual connection, it's super important to know all these. Also, for example, to know a little about the bondage practice, that it's nothing but a game of power between two persons. And it's very good for a relationship to sometimes play as more active and sometimes play as more passive with our partner. And of course, if we don't have a partner, we can enjoy this course because, of course, masturbation is super important also. And we can learn how to enjoy a full orgasm by masturbating ourselves in different ways, with different vibrators, with water, with our hand in a classical way, but it's really important. And to do it, also stimulating a good atmosphere so that we can really enjoy it, not doing it as the fast food that we mentioned. Because it changed the quality of our lives. And you know why? Because the erotic energy, it's not a joke. I mean, Sigmund Freud, that was the father of the psychology, he spoke a lot about two instincts. The first instinct is thanatos, that is related to the death, to the low emotions, to the introspection. But the eros instinct that we all have, if we are ruled, inspired, and powered by this instinct, we become much more positive people, much more enthusiastic. We act as we are in love with life, you know? When you smell a delicious perfume, how do you feel? It's like, that's the erotic people. It's because our erotic energy is awaked. Thank you very much. The next course, this dessert, is a physical affective connection. Do I hug my partner after we have sex? Do I give him kisses? Am I capable to be tender, to be sweet, to spend time just touching each other, just contemplating each other's eyes in silence? It's super important. You know, in this course, Latin American people, we are masters. Because we love to touch, we need that. We need the hug, we need the proximity, and it's very normal for us. And it's very funny, but sometimes when we are, like me, last year in Montreal, and I was like with any friend, like, oh, it's so nice to see you, and give him a kiss, and they would, oh my God, she's crazy, she wants something with me, or what? No, it's not sexual, it's physical affective connection. Then the last two courses, the bread, speaks in my proposal about the material connection that you have to be, you have to have an agreement if you have a partner, how you distribute your economy, administrate your economy. That's another important point if you have a partner. And if you don't have a partner, with yourself, because that expresses also your erotic energy. Because if, for example, I spend a lot of money, I am doing an affection to myself. But if I never spend in myself a penny, I am doing a bad thing for me. You agree? We have to have a balance. And the economy, the money, is energy, is part of the erotic energy. The water, in my proposal, it's the spiritual connection. And this course is super important if we really want to have a transcendent relationship. Because after years, after chemistry is not that strong in a relationship, the support of a real deep connection between two persons is spirituality. And with ourselves also, because if we have our own spirituality, we can enjoy much more life. We can give different meanings to our existence, to our death, to our changes. And everything is much more, it has much more sense and pleasure. So here it's appetizers, the soups, the salads, the main course, the desserts. And to finish, I would like to invite you to stand up, please. Just 1 minute more, Charlotte, I'm okay? It's okay. And we have to accept that the erotic and sexual energy activates when we move our body, and especially when we move our pelvis. I'm sure you have heard about the Kundalini. Okay? The Kundalini comes from the base of the spine, and if you move daily in a correct and flowing way your pelvis, you will be awakened in your erotic energy. So I decided to bring this Mexican Latin music for 1 minute, just Charla, okay? And by the way, I want to say that Charla is a beautiful woman. She's really inspired women. She's powerful and lovely. Thank you. Well, this is the exercise. It's super easy. You have to put your legs like this. Relax a little your knees. Okay? Feel comfortable. Close your eyes for a second. And we are going to breathe in 4 times. Hold. Exhale in 4 times. We breathe this beautiful energy of sensuality in our lives. Hold. And we exhale stress. We visualize ourselves in front of a mirror, totally naked, and loving ourselves, accepting ourselves exactly as we are. Imagine you are looking at your eyes and you are deeply in love with yourself. Because if you are in love with yourself, you will attract a lot of people because you will be magnetic. My dream is that we can create a world ruled, inspired, and powered by love instead of by fear. Inspired, ruled, and powered by freedom instead of by guilt. And a world that is inspired, ruled, and powered by sensuality and joy instead of stress. So now, I want you to open your eyes. Relax, 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 relax. Your posture. So we are going to do this movement. To the right, the pelvis. You have to move the pelvis. To the right, right. Totally. Like this. Not like this, no. Totally. Exactly, very nice. Then front, totally front. Left, totally left. Don't be shy. Now back, totally back. But relax the knees, remember, because if no, the posture won't flow. Okay. Okay, now, a little más rápido, por favor. Right, front, left, back. Right, and enjoy that posture. Enjoy it. Really enjoy it. Front, really enjoy it to project your energy. Left, back. Okay, and then we will do it, but in a more flow way, okay? So, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And now, listen to this beautiful. so fearless and for giving me the pleasure to share my menu of love and pleasure. I love you.
Payro, wowza. I gotta be honest, this is a first for a fearless event.